What's up, everybody? It's your WWE, real WWE Intercontinental Champion, the Theissman, and here is my review of Monday Night Raw after Clash of Champions. It is September 28th, 2020. Here we go. That's right, I am the Intercontinental Champion, not card guy number 2, not Jeff Hardy, not AJ Styles. It's the Theissman. I'm the real Intercontinental Champion. I have been the Intercontinental Champion since 1999. I have never lost the Intercontinental Championship. You want to know where I got it from? No, WWE No Mercy on the N64. I still have my save file too from that game. It's over there. So I'm the Intercontinental Champion because I never lost. And I have it on a save file. So as your reigning Intercontinental Champion, let me put it this way. This Raw was okay. Okay? This Raw was alright. It was a good Raw. Maybe I'm just in a little bit of a better mood. My fantasy team won. I was back and forth between Raw and the game because my fantasy team was on the line. I care more about my fantasy team than I do about crappy wrestling from WWE. Ooh. But let's get into this. It wasn't that bad tonight. We started off with Drew McIntyre coming out with The Big Show and the Nature Boy, Ric Flair, Shawn Michaels, and Christian. They're telling their story of how they came through and stuck it to Randy Orton for all the pain and suffering that he put them through. I'm like, okay, that's cool. And then Drew McIntyre made an open challenge to anyone who he hasn't faced yet for that permanent WWE champion. By the way, I am actually the real WWE champion too because I never lost it from that same save file. So I have the Intercontinental Champion, the WWE Championship. I'm also the Tag Team Champions. Yes, I made sure I won a lot of belts on that save file that the game's sitting over there still. So I have a lot of belts, and for some reason, Kurt Angle doesn't look like he used to, because apparently you could change what characters' appearances back then with WWE No Mercy. Anyway, back to the thing. But that was a good promo. It's good for him to show that. I'm glad that Keith Lee came out and he actually had a match that wasn't against Randy Orton or Drew McIntyre. And of course, he was dominant as always, showing his power. We had the Raw Women's title rematch. Asuka came out on top again with the Asuka lock. You know, I don't know what's going on here with this. I don't care. Okay, I mean, you probably do. But this Dominic, Rey Mysterio, this whole Mysterio family versus Seth Rollins needs to be dropped. I mean, what is this? I mean, it's at the point where Rey is also saying, why can't we just drop this? When Rey Mysterio, your entertainer, your wrestler, he's a wrestler, not a sports entertainer, but I'm gonna get yelled at by Vincent Kenny McMahon because I don't have wrestlers, I have sports entertainers. Well, when your wrestler is saying, can we drop this already? Can we move on? I mean, the Murphy now with Dominic, they need to move on. Dominic needs a new opponent. If he's going to be a good wrestler in the WWE, he needs a new opponent. He doesn't need Murphy. He doesn't need Seth Rollins. He needs someone new to face. I have a good idea. Why don't you take Dominic Mysterio and put him up against Keith Lee? Let them go at each other. You got two new guys coming into the building. You got Dominic Mysterio and Keith Lee. Let that be a rivalry. You got the biggest man versus the small man. You even got, the rivalries, like how Ray was against a Big Show back in the day. Why don't make that? it's continuing the Mysterio legacy. And you've got Dominic now here versus Keith Lee. Oh, I sound a little bit better than what you're watching now, don't I? Don't I? Yeah. You would want to see a match between Keith Lee and Dominic Mysterio, wouldn't you? I would. I'd rather see them face each other than watch what I'm watching between Murphy, Dominic Mysterio, Seth Rollins, Dominic Mysterio. And if Rey didn't hurt himself, it would be Rey Mysterio versus Seth Rollins. Rey Mysterio versus Murphy. Then you have a tag team match between Rey Mysterio, Dominic, Seth Rollins, and Murphy. I like how the Hurt Business came out and said, you know what the definition of a insanity is? Doing the same thing over and over and over and expecting different results. I kind of agree with that. And I'm not talking that to Apollo Crews and his buddies. I mean, WWE, you should listen to MVP here. You're doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. MVP is smarter than you. He is. He's a good dude, man. He's really smart. A good guy. Clever. A Hurt Business came out there again, just showing why the Hurt Business, Retribution had a little bit of a flair. But once again, Hurt Business unfortunately lost the match there due to the 45, whatever that's supposed to be. It's a freaking flip off the top rope. So 1, 2, 3, Hurt Business lost this time. But you know what? When you got the United States Championship around your waist, who cares? Oh, yeah, I think I got that too. Wait a minute. I don't know if that's in that game. I don't think so. But if it was, I would have been champion. So, now as your WWE champion, Intercontinental champion, WWE Tag Team champion, once again, I've never lost these titles. The save file's over there. And it doesn't work anymore because I played it to death. But over there on a save file is my WWE No Mercy cartridge that still has me as the Intercontinental Champion, the World Heavyweight Champion, or the WWE Champion, and a Tag Team Champion. So let's move on to the two girls who are looking to go after the Raw champion, the tag team champions for the women's division. That looked like a very good match. It was a pretty good night for SmackDown, for Raw. Look at me, I don't even know. This is how bad it was. I don't even know which one I was watching because I was more invested into the football game because I wanted my fantasy team to win. Anyway, Raw went off without a hitch. It was a good Raw tonight. And the main event was pretty good. It was a good showcase of this rude dude coming back, the glorious one, whoever the heck he's supposed to be, with his highness probably had something to do with COVID, but they don't want to say COVID. That's the whole thing that what really bothers me about WWE. Okay, AEW will be outright honest with you. Our wrestlers are out due to COVID situations. WWE superstars, they're not cleared tonight medically. When they're cleared medically, we're going to have them have a match. Why don't you just say it? Okay, we all know what's going on. Okay, you can just say there's a COVID problem right now. These wrestlers cannot perform right now. Give them 2 weeks, they'll be back and ready to perform. That's all you have to say. Don't make some big crap up about stuff. We all know what's going on. We're smarter than that. God. Anyway, Drew McIntyre versus Rude, card guy number 3. at this point, how many card guys are we going to have? Anyway, this rude character comes out of nowhere, challenges Drew McIntyre. It was a good fight. There was a good match. Of course, he gave him all he could handle, but in the end, Drew McIntyre hit the Claymore kick. With that big old Claymore kick, down. 1, 2, 3. Drew McIntyre retains the WWE Championship. And then after the match, Randy Orton sneaking around as the janitor. Okay. He comes into the Legends Lounge, which apparently they were having a card game, which Ric Flair won, by the way. And Randy Orton has night vision goggles. Ooh, he has night vision goggles. He has some cheapo goggles you can find at the dollar store for like $2. These are supposed to be night vision goggles. No, I could have bought. I think I saw those same things on the shelf at the dollar store the other day. They're my night vision goggles. Anyway, he turns on the light, you hear a bunch of noises, and then the lights come back on, and there's Big Show, Christian, Shawn Michaels, and Ric Flair laid out, and Randy Orton sneaks off. Do 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 do. Dun 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 dun. That's even better. Dun 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 dun. Impressive, Snake. Oh, geez, like he's Solid Snake or something. Anyway, that's how Raw ended. It was okay today. I don't know. These are just my thoughts. What's your thoughts? Let me know down in the comment section below. Hit the like button, subscribe, and as always, let's keep this real.